Hi, Detroit here. In this session, which is my second video that I have made for YouTube, I'll be showing you my collection of German fighters of the Second World War of the Luftwaffe. Okay, the first miniature that I have here is actually a model or a unit that comes with the original game. This unit is the famous Messerschmitt Me-109, which was extensively used throughout the war, in particular in the Battle of Britain during the Blitzkrieg. Okay, I have attached or painted a German Panzer Gray color scheme, and also attached decals on the wings. The Messerschmitt saw action in just about every front throughout the war, and basically was the equal to the British Spitfires and Hurricanes. Even though you may have historians that disagree, some will argue that the Spitfire was superior to the Me-109. Then you have those that disagree and say that the Me-109 was actually better than the Spitfire. So your opinion, I guess, is as good as any. The second unit here that I have is also an original piece from the Axis and Allies board game. It's a different color scheme. I also attached the German cross on the wings. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's there. Okay. Also, the Messerschmitt Me-109. Messerschmitt Company also manufactured a second fighter. They produced several fighters, but a well-known fighter that they manufactured was the Me-110, Messerschmitt 110, which was a two-engine, two-seater heavy fighter, which also saw heavy action during the battle for Britain. Unfortunately for the Germans, this particular fighter sustained heavy losses during the Blitzkrieg. The Luftwaffe decided to take it out of the battle scene, out of the battlefront, and deployed it to other fronts due to the heavy losses sustained. Okay, this particular color scheme is a lighter green with dark green engines and cockpits. Okay. All right. By the way, this is this unit or miniature is made by Historical Wargaming. Okay, they produce high quality plastic miniatures at very affordable prices. However, having said that, there is a company which I utilize quite often, and that's General Headquarters. General Headquarters has better detail to their products, yet they are more expensive. Okay. Here is also another Me-110 with a German Panzer Gray and German crosses or decals attached to the wings, with also dark green engines. Okay, my next fighter is also from Historical Board Gaming. Okay, it's the Focke-Wulf 190. Okay, it's a single-engine fighter that saw heavy action during the war. There are those historians that say that this fighter was probably a better fighter than the Me-109. I tend to agree. It was based on a very stable platform. It had radial engines with a streamline, which made it not as aerodynamic, but probably somewhat more stable and faster. Okay. Now, the next miniature, also made by Historical Board Gaming, is the famous Messerschmitt Me-262, which was the world's first successful jet fighter. Very fast. The Allied fighters of its time could not keep up with the high speed of which this fighter traveled through. It was basically no competition for the German pilots. They could easily shoot down Allied fighters. However, again, unfortunately for the Germans, this particular fighter came too late, too few, and too late. So they really weren't able to maximize the advantages of having a jet fighter. Okay. The next unit that I have here comes with the original board game. It's a dive bomber known as Ju-87 dive bomber, Junkers. This particular model was or aircraft was very slow, yet very effective when properly utilized or employed for the blitzkrieg tactics. What the Germans would do, or the Wehrmacht would do, is that they would first, prior to attacking enemy ground, what they would do is that they would deploy their Junkers and dive bomb their enemies' defending positions. Literally, the aircraft would dive down, aim, and then right before hitting ground, they would nose up and take off. Okay, very effective bomber. Unfortunately, they were too slow and were easily shot out of the sky by Allied fighters. But during the early stages of the war, when the blitzkrieg was first being utilized, they were used very effectively. Okay, let me focus again here. There you go. All right. Okay, the next aircraft that I have is a two-engine bomber called the Ju-88 Strategic Dive Bomber. Okay, I don't know why my camera is all of a sudden out of focus. There you go. This was a two-engine strategic bomber that the German Luftwaffe used. Okay, also has a painted German Panzer Gray color scheme, and this unit also comes with the original game. Okay, my next bomber was the most commonly used by the German Air Force, the most commonly used bomber. Okay, it's the Heinkel Bomber, which, by the way, this is also manufactured or made by Historical Board Gaming. The Heinkel Bomber was heavily used during the entire war, but saw a lot of action during the Blitz, during the Battle for Britain. Okay, as you can see, it has a German Panzer Gray color scheme with swastikas on the wings and numbers on attached to its on the side of the wings to identify its unit. Okay, let me show you another one that I have, this time with a lighter green color scheme. Okay, also a Heinkel Bomber. Okay. All right, my next bomber is the Junkers 488, which is a four-engine bomber. Wasn't that common in the German Luftwaffe to have four-engine bombers. For some reason, it's not that the German industrial complex, it's not that they didn't have the technology to produce these four-engine bombers that commonly. It's that for some reason the German Luftwaffe had very little interest in four-engine bombers. They felt more comfortable with two-engine designs. Okay, but this particular model is also from or made by Historical Board Gaming. Okay, and I also have another one, JU-488, with a German Panzer Gray color scheme. Okay, now I have two more remaining, same model, also produced or made by Historical Board Gaming, and it's a transport aircraft. If you've ever seen war movies, you always see these transport aircraft for some reason. Obviously, very common, and it's the Junkers Ju-52 transport aircraft. Okay, again, German Panzer Gray with the German crosses attached on the wings with a number identifying the unit that it belongs to. Okay. All right. And last but not least, I have also another one. Another air transport, but a lighter green color scheme. Okay, and this is my German Luftwaffe Air Force collection. I try to be as detailed as I could. However, it's not always possible depending on the paint or the type of plastic that was used by the manufacturer. So, thanks for watching my video, which is my second one. My next video will be of the German Kriegsmarine, the German Navy. Once again, thank you, and until next time.